Right, here we are. What, just basically 24 hours removed from the 2-2 draw with Wolves. And yeah, let's have a serious conversation about how I'm feeling on the title race. Ignore all the cans in the background. I work from home and I sit there and I drink them and yeah, as I say, I've hopped straight from bed to here, so just ignore me. I'll dump them straight after. But ignore this other one that I've got here. It's Diet Coke's my comfort drink, okay? And I need the comfort at the minute. Yeah, so um yesterday there was certainly like after the match there was certainly a lot more anger, a lot more frustration, and I was very like just really pissed off about it. Like I could not contain how annoyed I was. It was just such an opportunity to throw away. I think somebody's telling me today, and I wouldn't be surprised. Apparently, that's the first time the team that was top of the league held a 2 goal advantage against a team that was bottom of the league and went on to not win the game. And am I surprised? No, not really, because it's unacceptable. Am I surprised that it was us that now hold that record? Probably not as well, because the word bottle gets thrown about a lot. I got it a lot today from work people. I got it a lot today when I was out volunteering from the people that like just bottles of water, bottles of this, bottle, and it's weird. It's weird. I'm in two minds about it because of as an Arsenal fan, if you had offered me this position back in August, right? Listen, you're going to be 5 points clear, but Man City will have a game in hand over you where they would reduce it down to two. If you offered me that at the start of the season, this is where you'll be in February, I would have bit your hand off for it. But I can't ignore the recent run of form. I can't ignore the signs that I'm seeing where it does look like you have to say that City are on the ascendancy and Arsenal, I just don't know what's going on at the moment. They've been almost pristine the whole way through, the odd slip up, obviously, but this looks like something that isn't sustainable. This looks like a team that's lost, that's out of ideas, that are scared. It looks like a team that are terrified. Um, I don't know if it's PTSD. I don't know if it's recent memories flooding back. I don't know if it's just fucking just pre-ejaculation syndrome of like just fucking burning out too early. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but something's not right, and it needs to be addressed fast. Otherwise, it could get ugly. And it's just not going to be a good look on the football club. But I'd say honest thoughts. I'd be a liar if I said I was still completely convinced by Manchester City, but I'm not that naive where I'm gonna like write them off like their history speaks for themselves. And yeah, you look at the next 5 games coming up for each team, you have to say all Man Cities are winnable. Like as I say, I've got the next five Prem fixtures I'm focusing on here. So next up, obviously, Man City are at home to Newcastle on Saturday before Arsenal play Spurs on the Sunday, which will be fun. But yeah, let's talk about Man City Newcastle first. So Newcastle did beat them at St James's Park earlier in the season in the league. Um, but then that was before Christmas. You want to talk more recently? Um, Obviously it's a different competition you have to take into account as well. But Man City beat them comfortably, home and away, in the Carabao Cup to reach the final. Uh, yeah, Newcastle did not once look like a team that wanted to retain that trophy. Man City just wanted it more. So it'll be an interesting game at the weekend. Like, don't get me wrong, would I be surprised if Newcastle get a result that they already had? I wouldn't be overly surprised because, as I say, I'm still not convinced by Man City. But they're just, if there's any team that can turn it on at this stage of the season and go on a run, it's them. So equally, I wouldn't be surprised if Man City went out there and hit them 3-0, 4-0. So remains to be seen. But as I say, I would expect Man City to probably win that match in all honesty. Like if I'm being 100% honest, cards on the table, I'd expect Man City to win that. After that, they're away to Leeds on Saturday, the 28th of February. Tough game away from home, but again, you'd expect them to win that hands down. Fast forward to Wednesday, the 4th of March, they're home to Nottingham Forest. Now, Nottingham Forest, they're not the team that they were last year, kind of high flying, pushing for Europe. Man City, that's 3 points for them there as well. Like, don't see anything other than that. And between that and the next game, they're playing Newcastle again in the FA Cup, which is funny, like the many times they've played Newcastle this season. But we're gonna ignore that. Anyway, following week, 14th of March, they're away to West Ham, who, in fairness, have picked up a bit of form, but we're talking 4 match weeks away. And again, it could all go pear-shaped for West Ham in that time. But whether it does or it doesn't, regardless of the form that West Ham are in, I, I don't see them getting a result against Manchester City. I think Manchester City turn up and turn them over. And then, oh, hold on. So I've got it up here. It should be Crystal Palace, but it's saying it's postponed. I'd assume that's to do with the Carabao Cup final. Ah, yeah, that's because there's Arsenal Man City. Yeah, so after that, oh, Chelsea's postponed as well. Hold on. What the fuck? I've done my due diligence. You can see I'm not that prepared for this. I'm just still just kind of looking at it. But yeah, they do play Chelsea on the 11th of April. I think it's just a time to be determined. And then after that, they do play Arsenal, which, again, if we don't turn this around quickly, they could be ahead of us in that match. Like, it's it's ridiculous. Like, the the title actually is in Man City's hands now. They win all their games, they're champions, and I just didn't see a world where so early that could be a possibility. I think it's insane. Many times they have dropped points since January, and Arsenal have just let them off. And they've allowed Man City to crawl back into within touching distance to a point where if Man City win all their games, they're lifting the trophy for a fifth time in 6 years. Like, it's just scary. It's just scary. So yeah, as I say, what was I saying there? Hold on, let me scroll up again. This is so unprofessional of me. But yeah, Newcastle, Leeds, Forest, West Ham, and then they play Chelsea. That's their next 5 league games. Sorry, but they're all winnable. I would expect Man City to get fucking 15 out of 15 in those games. Just based on how they're playing and the juggernaut that they can turn into at this time of year. Now you compare that to Arsenal's next 5 fixtures. Spurs away from home the day after Man City play Newcastle. So at that stage we'll know whether they've cut it down to 2 points or not. But we would have a chance to extend the gap again against our bitter rivals, Tottenham Hotspur, who have a new manager, who are fighting relegation as well. So like, you saw what Wolves can do bottom of the league, Spurs. Like, if they don't turn their act around, yeah, so they'll want to win that game as well for pride as well as staying in the league. Yeah, I wasn't worried about this game 2 days ago. Now I'm petrified, absolutely petrified, because of the ramifications that it could have, and the fact that Spurs could be the team to do it. Like, seeing that window to kind of stop this, I feel like the fans will have extra motivation to get behind the team as well, as if they wouldn't already. They'd always be lively for that kind of game anyway. But to be the team that kind of like puts that nail in the coffin of our morale would be devastating. And then it doesn't get any easier after that. After that, we've got Chelsea, another bitter London rival. So there's 2 games already where, again, on our best day, I'd expect Arsenal to win comfortably against these 2 teams, but I haven't seen our best day in a long time, probably since before Christmas, to be honest with you. After that, away to Brighton. Brighton have been a bit of a bogey side for Arsenal over the years. Um, I remember that first season for the title, they rocked up and beat us 3-0. And that was kind of like that was another kind of like nail in the coffin that year as well. It was fucking devastating. At home to Everton, you would expect us to win that, I would think. I think you'd expect to win home to Everton, but again, you never know with this Arsenal side. And then home to Bournemouth, not an easy outfit either. I look at the next 5 games for both sides. I see Man City getting 15 out of 15 comfortably. I think Newcastle probably is the hardest game in there. Us, I cannot say with confidence that we will get maximum points there. I think we can. I think there's no doubt that we can. I think we can win this league. I think we should win this league. But I can't control what's going on at the minute. I think they're good enough. I think it is a mental thing. They need to turn it around. They need to turn it around fast because after that Bournemouth game, as I say, we rock up late. Had they play Man City, and God knows where the two teams will be against one another at that stage. But yeah, looking back at last night, looking at a team like Wolves, who, let's face it, their fate sealed. They're all but going down. They fought more for what you could argue is a meaningless point, more than we fought for invaluable 3 points in a league title race. That shows you where Arsenal are at mentally. That shows you where they're at emotionally. And I think the bottle term has been thrown around a bit kind of harshly at times in Arsenal's direction. I think 2 years ago we literally took it down to the last game of the season. And people still threw it. And then last year we were never in it. So now it's this narrative that we are repeat bottlers. In my opinion, before to this year, we've actually really bottled from a winning position like once. Hot take. Do with that what you will. But if they lose it from here, that is catastrophic. There is no doubt about it. They have bottled it. They've not got the mentality. They've not got the balls, the desire, the drive to win it. I just look at them and think, do you actually want to win this league? I can see players that do. I can see Bukayo Saka. I can see Gabriel. I can see Declan Rice showing a bit of fight. But they can't carry the team in the room. They need more. Everybody in that team needs to pull their weight, and they need to sort it out fast. So, honest opinions in the title race. Honestly, it's up for grabs. We're at a stage now where it is in both Man City's and Arsenal's hands, and it's who's going to show their hand first. That's where we're at, and yeah, I'm terrified, but I'm here for the ride. I said you will get an unfiltered look at me in the highs and lows. So yeah, this is kind of like middle ground, as I say. I'm calmer now than what I was yesterday. There's still a lot of frustration. There's a lot of bitterness, but yesterday I was fuming. I was pissed. Here I'm now like, right, dust yourselves off and go and beat Spurs. Non-negotiable. A draw is not good enough. A draw is not good enough for either side really, but go and beat Spurs and take it from there. Don't worry about what happens in Man City and Newcastle. Obviously that happens beforehand. Man City call it down to 2 points, so be it. Just go and get the job done against those Spurs bastards. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to end it with a smile. Alright folks, because I was very depressed yesterday. But yeah, take care. See you in the next one. Love yous. Goodbye. Come on, you fucking Gunners.